Hypothetically speaking, of course, suppose you were starving and you came to this place where it was the only place in the world where there was to eat, and you had no choice but to eat what they were serving because that's all they had to offer. So, of course, since you're starving to death, you're going to take anything because you're desperate in those situations because there is no other option. There's no other place to go. So you go in and you start partaking of the food, but not realizing that everything you're eating is poison. This is exactly how that system is run. Everything they offer is poison, but they only give you the options of what they have to offer. And what they have to offer is not good for you. But they don't want you to realize you have other options. But those are the ones the eyes and the ears and the nose and the tongue and the mouth and the hands can't sense. And that is spirit. They don't want you to realize that spirit is the only nutritive meal that you can ever partake in and consume and be one with. But they don't want you to realize that because their bounty, their feast, their dinner, their buffet table, it looks so pretty. It looks very appetizing, very tempting, and it looks very tasty. But everything they offer is not only non-nutritive in nature, but it's poison. And this is where we are right now with the internet, social media, and the content that you are consuming daily. They're just feeding you rat poison, which is rotting the very essence of your soul, your heart, your brain, your consciousness, your aura. It's keeping you trapped in the darkness. And the more you consume, the lower you go. And the heavier you become, and the darker things will be. You have to be very cognizant as to where you're drawing your attention towards because you're making a connection with that energy, whether you realize it or not. Whatever you are focused on, you are now establishing an extension of energy. In other words, whatever you're focused on becomes an extension of your energy. That's what they don't tell you. So if you're focused on all of the low vibrational stuff online, you are what you eat. As you think, so shall you be. So when you're filled only with non-nutritive darkness, that's exactly what you're going to be. You're going to project that, receive it, and it's going to bounce back and you're going to get aggravated while your life isn't changing. Because where you're getting your meals from is poisoning you. And everybody is going through this. Since you live on Earth, how can you not? But there are other means and ways and methods to bypass this and meander your way around it. It's simply not going into that building and feasting on what they have to offer, which is nothing but poison, hazardous materials, and toxic waste. For the soul, for your heart, for your consciousness, your aura, your essence, your presence, your being, and the body and the mind as well. So just understand that where you're getting your food from it's deadly poison. I mean, just look what they put into the crops. They spray the crops with deadly poisons. The food that you eat in the grocery stores has been banned in every country in the world except this one because they're feeding you poison. Literally feeding you poison. Not just to poison the body and the heart, but poison your mind, your imagination, your soul, and everything else to cause a disconnect from preventing you from establishing and maintaining a substantial connection to your higher self that cannot be broken or disconnected or uncoupled or pulled away from. They can't pull the cord once you are thoroughly immersed in the experience of becoming one with your higher self, because they don't want you to realize your power or your greatness or the miraculous abilities that you possess as a divine, ethereal being of cosmic illumination. They don't want you to know, but I do.